Manhattan throws out the welcome mat to the automotive world and thousands of press as the New York Auto Show rolls into the world-famous Jacob Javits Center. Over the next hour, we'll give you a sneak peek at the latest cars, concepts, and trucks making news here. So whether you're serious about cars or just curious about what's rolling down tomorrow's roads, sit back, buckle up, and hang on as Fox Sports takes you on a ride around the New York Auto Show like you've never seen. Welcome to the New York Auto Show. Hello everybody, I'm Tore Dietrich. Well, as we enter this year's event, the road for electric cars, it's become a little bit bumpy. Automakers have thrown the brakes on EV production, committing to making more gas-powered cars moving forward. This, just as the Biden administration has doubled down on its green commitment. For EV buyers, actual range and the higher expense of buying electric cars have collided with today's economy. The EV dream may not have turned into a nightmare, but it certainly has awakened both the auto industry and buyers to the reality of electrics. Now for EV believers, and there are many, this is all just a bump in the road, and that road is paved with a bright future for electrics. So how to make sense of it all? We have our Fox Sports Auto Show team here, Mike Caudill and Nik Miles, here to show you all the new metal and give you some perspective, whether it's gas or electric cars. Now what better place to start than with one of America's best-selling SUVs, the Ford Explorer. Here with the story is Mike.
In the world of product planning as it relates to an automobile, making changes is not an easy task. Well, in the case of the 2025 Ford Explorer, they decided to keep the exterior design the same. They had a focus group talk to existing owners of the Explorer, and one thing they said is that they love the way the current vehicle looks. They've upgraded the motor. There'll be a 3-liter twin-turbocharged V6 pushing out 400 horsepower with 415 pounds-feet of torque. It's the interior of the vehicle that truly sets the new 2025 Ford Explorer apart. The Ford Explorer will come in a variety of different trim levels. This one is going to be the ST, which has the Ford Performance logo down here that immediately tells you this is going to be the version with the 3-liter twin-turbocharged engine under the hood. You're going to get a beautiful new 12.3-inch touchscreen, which will be standard on all vehicles. You have a new smartphone caddy. You're going to see double stitching on the interior.
Interior is really the hero here. It is a complete redesign. We have an all-new dash architecture. We went in and we targeted areas of color, material, as well as texture. So it really brings the interior up to a luxury status.
And one of the great optional features of the Ford Explorer is going to be Blue Cruise, and that is Ford's Level 2 autonomous driving features, meaning you can take your hands off the steering wheel, your foot off the gas pedal, and the vehicle will essentially drive itself. The 2025 Ford Explorer will be arriving in dealerships later this summer. Starting price right around $41,220.
Toyota's legendary off-roader is coming back. With all the capabilities, it's going to pack quite a punch. The 2024 Land Cruiser roars back onto US roads later this year with a turbocharged iForce Max hybrid engine, boasting 326 horsepower and 465 pounds-feet of torque. But it's also going to do an EPA rating of 23 miles a gallon, which is going to be a new record for its class. You can start with this, the 1958 retro-inspired Land Cruiser, or the top-of-the-line first edition grade. With its rugged design and full-time four-wheel drive, it's set to hit the market this year.
Been in America since 1958. It's Toyota's oldest nameplate in the United States. We bring it back because we're listening to the customers, and customers demand a capable vehicle like a Land Cruiser, have fun on the weekends, and spend a little time in the outdoors.
It's equipped with standard center and rear locking differentials, a front stabilizer bar, disconnect mechanism, and a multi-train select, ensuring unmatched traction and control wherever your adventure takes you. The Toyota Tacoma, the Tundra, and the Land Cruiser all have something very interesting in common. Built on the robust TNGA-F global truck platform, the Land Cruiser's high-strength box frame offers exceptional durability. Step inside and you'll find comfort and convenience everywhere, from available push-power heated and ventilated front seats to a 12.3-inch multimedia touchscreen. Safety is paramount with a standard Toyota Safety Sense 3.0, including features like pre-collision system and lane departure alert. And with a new proactive drive assist feature, the Land Cruiser ensures peace of mind on every journey. The 2024 Toyota Land Cruiser is definitely a force to be reckoned with, from its hybrid engine to its off-road capability. It's ready to conquer any terrain with grace and style, just like me.
Coming up, Subaru introduces its 6th generation Forester. Toyota shows its Tacoma TRD. What? In a hybrid? And we found the most expensive car at the show at $2.2 million. It's all coming to you as Fox Sports brings you the New York Auto Show. And welcome back. Well, it's hard to imagine that Subaru is now on its 6th generation Forester. Here to tell us about it is Todd Hill from Subaru. All right, Todd, you got an all-new Forester. Tell us about it.
So the all-new 6th generation Forester takes everything our customers love about the Forester, the safety, the versatility, the capability. We add a lot of new comfort and convenience features, and then we wrap it in a new modern design, a lot of new technology in the vehicle.
Well, I want to talk about some of that new technology because you have 360-degree surround view on it.
Visibility is something that Forester is known for. It's easy to see out of, and that is a feature that really just takes it to the next level, where you really can see all around the vehicle.
The screens inside cars, they just keep getting bigger. Tell us about the screens.
The Forester adopts a tablet-style 11.6-inch display, which features wireless Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay, and underneath we've got wireless charging. Inside is much, much quieter and more comfortable on a longer road trip than the outgoing model. If you want to get in and drive it for 7-8 hours, the seats are amazing.
Tell us what you want families to know about the Forester.
First of all, it's incredibly safe. Forester has won numerous awards, NHTSA IHS Top Safety Pick Awards, 17 of those in its history. And it's also incredibly versatile. So when you get into the Forester, it's easy to put your family in, put your gear in. Cargo versatility is exceptional. And it's also capable if you want to take the car, do some off-roading, or you want to go skiing, get into the mountains.
You also are showing a new version of the Solterra.
It's the same outside, but we've made a number of updates to the vehicle for the second model year, just in response to customer feedback and just in terms of improving the product rapidly. It's a new product for us, and we're working every year to make that better for our customers. One thing that customers wanted was faster charging time. So they've made some improvements to the battery and the battery conditioning to improve the charging to where now you can charge up to 80% in about 35 minutes. We've also changed the steering wheel design to make it more ergonomic for a greater number of people. And we've added the capability within the EyeSight safety technology system to do low-speed hands-free driving. So if you're in a traffic jam, you can take your hands off the wheel and the car will continue driving within your lane.
Well, there you have it, the all-new Forester and an updated Solterra.
The 2024 Toyota Tacoma is hitting dealerships, and this time, folks, it's a game changer because it has a hybrid.
The company is going more and more hybrid, specifically because the customers are asking for more and more hybrid. And so it allows us to provide in a product like this, low-end torque, which customers love for towing and for off-road.
This bad boy comes packed with a standard iForce 2.4-liter turbo engine, pumping a jaw-dropping 278 horsepower. Opt for the iForce Max Hybrid, and you're looking at a mind-blowing 326 horsepower and a staggering 465 pounds-feet of torque. But it's not just about power. The 2024 Toyota Tacoma boasts unique suspension tuning across every grade, ensuring adrenaline-pumping driving experiences no matter the terrain. But wait, there's more. Off-road enthusiasts, rejoice. The Tacoma is ready to conquer any trail with features like an electric stabilizer bar disconnect and multi-terrain select. Safety is non-negotiable, and the Tacoma delivers with Toyota's Safety Sense 3.0 standard across all models, plus upgraded cabin technology, ensuring seamless driving experiences. Step inside the cockpit and you're greeted with cutting-edge technology and a 14-inch touchscreen display, inspired by Toyota's Baja race truck and crafted precisely by Calty Design Research and Tacoma Design. It screams performance. And for those that value utility, Tacoma's got you covered with a 7% increased bed volume. It's ready to tackle any job, with models ranging from the base SR to the top-tier TRD Pro. There's a Tacoma for every taste. Get ready to unleash the beast because the 2024 Toyota Tacoma is ready to hit the streets with innovation, power, and fun-filled adrenaline.
All right, guys, you have got to check this out. It's the all-new 2025 Infiniti QX80. And for the new model year, it has been completely redesigned from the ground up, starting with the exterior design. You're going to see a bold and all-new front grille, and it's actually wider than its predecessor. Now, the previous version had a 5.6-liter V8 under the hood. This new one has a lighter 3.5-liter twin-turbocharged engine. I want to talk about the front-end design because this is bold and this is different.
It's inspired by the bamboo forest of Kyoto. We wanted this sense of elegance and this organic feeling as if you walk through the forest, and because the trees are so tall, they actually come together at the top and they lock into the new logo. Even though we're coming down from a V8, a big 5.6 liter, this thing has much more horsepower and much more torque, and that's why the hood is so big.
The exterior design is fantastic, but the interior is something that sets it apart. As I first make my way in, you immediately are sitting in these incredibly comfortable seats, but it's not just about the luxury on the inside, it's also about the technology as well.
It's this mixing of super high tech, so the screen's obviously twin 14s with these lovely backgrounds joined together, and they give you views that no one has. Underneath the logo, there's a camera that's actually able to, with stitch technology, show a 170-degree view.
It's not just about the technology, it's also about the artistic feel on the interior of the QX80.
This is ash wood, but it has a laser cut and the aluminum is embedded. Our customer, yes, they love the tech, but they also want to feel the hand of the artist, so we make sure those are expressed equally.
And if you want to get your hands on the 2025 Infiniti QX80, you're going to have to wait till the middle of summer.
Coming up, what do you get when you combine off-road capability with luxury? Meet the new Lexus GX. We show you this year's picks for World Car of the Year and catch up with sports superstar Michael Strahan. It's all coming to you as Fox Sports brings you the New York Auto Show. Welcome back. Well, you're looking at, as it says right here, the all-new Nissan Kicks. It's almost unrecognizable compared to the old Kicks. And here to tell us more about it is Toby Truscott. Toby, what do we got here?
So the all-new 2025 Kicks, we're really excited to bring you the second generation. It retains a lot of the same energy, the same character. It's still very much a streetwise city car, but we've really redesigned this with sneaker culture in mind. It's got new all-wheel drive, it's got a whole host of technological features.
This is an entry-level SUV. That's a very, very important segment for Nissan.
We know that affordability is at the key of the customers in this segment, and we're really going to price accordingly and make sure that it is purely a Kicks replacement. A lot of additional technology and features such as the panoramic moonroof that we're adding at the same time.
All right, let's talk about some of those tech features. Let's start with the interior. What are we going to see different?
The first thing that you'll see is two large 12-inch color screens with wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, but also wireless charging.
And the safety suite is still there too, right?
Absolutely. Nissan Safety Shield 360 is completely standard with some additional features that weren't on the previous generations.
All right, let's talk about drivability, because drivability in this segment, kids, they want something fun to drive.
This vehicle is completely redesigned. That means it's got a new platform, a larger wheelbase, larger vehicle stance overall. But with this extra power, we've got extra energy, more get up and go, but still one of the best fuel efficiencies in the segment. So it's really lends itself well to buzzing around the city.
Toby, this is also a car that young families will want, right?
Absolutely. Half our customers tend to be young, single, and the other half with young families.
There you have it, the new Nissan Kicks, going to be available this summer.
If I were to give you 10 vehicles to name that fall in the overlanding or off-road category, the first name that would cross your mind would not be Lexus. Well, this is the all-new GX550 now. Lexus is synonymous with luxury, but this GX550 is based on the same platform as the Toyota Land Cruiser. So you're going to get a lot of technology and performance, starting with what's under the hood. It has a 3.4-liter twin-turbocharged V6, pushing out horsepower in the mid-300s. So that means you have enough giddy up and go for a vehicle like this. Now, as you make your way down the side, the exterior design is very retro. It's squared off. And the most important thing is that Lexus wants you to know that this is all about going off-road. One thing I particularly love about auto shows is that it's not just about new cars on the floor available at dealerships, it's also about bringing prototypes as well. Now, the 2024 Lexus GX550 is not yet available, and that's because it's still a prototype. I couldn't get access to the interior on that one, but I can get access to the interior on this one right here. It is packed with creature comforts, luxury features, and amenities that you expect with Lexus.
Lots of enthusiasts have looked for something that's truly capable off-road and on-road. This is a great vehicle whether you're going for errands around town or you're going to the far reaches of the globe. This starts just a little over $64,000, so it's truly a vehicle that any luxury intender can get into for a reasonable price. Our premium grade gets 8,000 pounds of towing capacity. It is a 10-speed direct shift automatic transmission and full-time four-wheel drive.
So one thing I would say about the Lexus GX550 to close it out is the fact that they're going for a new audience, a new demographic with this new 550. They're looking for consumers that not only want to enjoy the luxury of what Lexus offers, but they're also looking for a consumer that is interested in taking the Lexus GX550 off-road.
The New York International Auto Show is home for a big award every year. The World Car Awards, an institution since its inception in 2003, marks its 20th anniversary by honoring the pinnacle of automotive excellence. With over 100 jurors from 30 countries, it's a global celebration of innovation and design.
We have a big testing event in Los Angeles every year where we test the contenders and really get to spend time behind the wheel, and we can crawl through the cars. And if a car comes out on top, it's great.
This year's winners redefine future expectations from luxury sedans to electric technology. The Kia EV9 emerged as a double winner, clinching both the 2024 World Car of the Year and the World Electric Vehicle title, a testament to Kia's commitment to electric mobility. An unexpected victor claims the performance category, merging sustainability and speed. The Hyundai Ioniq 5N sped past the BMW M2 and the BMW XM to snatch the World Performance Car Award. It's Hyundai's 7th win in the history of the World Car Awards, underlining the brand's prowess in blending performance with electric efficiency. The Volvo EX30 was named World Urban Car, spotlighting the increasing importance of compact, eco-friendly vehicles in our cities. Meanwhile, the BMW 5 Series family, including the all-new i5, redefined luxury, winning the World Luxury Car Award against formidable rivals.
In this car, we have the complete package of drivetrain options from combustion engine, plug-in hybrid to fully electric cars.
And a design icon reimagines eco-friendly aesthetics, winning big. The Toyota Prius, once a synonym for hybrid technology, now also stands as a beacon of design, winning the World Design Car of the Year award. Its victory speaks volumes about the evolving aesthetics of eco-friendly vehicles. Each winner, from the trailblazing Kia EV9 to the elegantly designed Toyota Prius, not only represents the pinnacle of today's automotive achievements, but also ignites the imagination for what's possible on the roads of tomorrow. The future of driving is here, promising innovation, luxury, and excitement.
So one of the best parts about the New York Auto Show and auto shows in general is that celebrities like to come down to the show and they like to bring their rides. Now, in the case of Michael Strahan right here, celebrity, NFL football player, Fox Sports. I mean, you are the man. Now,
addicted car guy.
Something that people might not know about Michael Strahan is that you have a special, we'll call it the Bat Cave, the garage. You've got a location, a spot where you've got some really slick rides.
It's my hideout spot. It looks very inconspicuous. I go over there and I just hide out, but I have a little bit of everything. It's an LM002, the original Lamborghini truck. I actually owned this truck twice, bought it when I was a player back in '90s and sold it and regretted it and bought it back. I absolutely love it, one of my favorite vehicles.
What is it you love so much about cars? I know for me it's just a visceral feeling. I can talk horsepower and torsional rigidity, but it's a feeling, right?
It's a feeling. I have cars with a lot of horsepower that have no feeling, and I've sold them. I don't want something that just sits here, looks good and pretty. I want something I actually will use. So I've gotten rid of those. I don't buy a car for someone else. I buy it for myself. And I think that's a special thing. Everybody has something that they can find about a car that they love for themselves, and may not appeal to someone else, but if it appeals to you, I'm happy for you.
What do you drive on a daily basis? What's your favorite ride?
I just bought a GMC Denali Yukon, top of the line, and I must say it is absolutely incredible.
All right, there you guys have it here from the New York Auto Show. It's always fun running into guys like Michael Strahan who have a passion for cars of all shapes and sizes, but most importantly for horsepower.
Up next, Hyundai's new Tucson adds hot new tech as St. Nick makes your wish list for must-have features. And we show you how a company named Supernal is looking to change the way you think about taxis. It's all coming to you as Fox Sports brings you the New York Auto Show. And welcome back. Well, Hyundai started the show in another great way. They picked up some hardware. This time, World Car of the Year is their Performance Car of the Year with the Ioniq 5. And here to tell us about it and more, Olabisi Boyle.
Hi.
Hi there. So you picked up some hardware. Tell us about it.
We're so excited about it. You know, we had already delivered on Ioniq 5 and Ioniq 6 in terms of electric. And so we wanted to take performance to the next level. It delivers 601 horsepower. But there's an engine boost mode that allows you, for about 10 seconds, to go to 641 horsepower. This is the one that you don't take on the local highway. You take it to the track, and you get to perform in it.
All right, Olabisi, you have some more products here. You have the new Tucson.
Some people are not ready for full BEV. So we wanted to meet those customers where they are at. And so with Tucson, our best-selling model, we said this was the place to have fuel-efficient ICE, fuel-efficient and large-range HEV, and a plug-in HEV. So wherever you are on your EV transformation, there is a vehicle for you.
But what's amazing to me is the technology that you're packing in this car. You have a 12-inch head-up display.
Yes. There's this panoramic curved display in front of the driver, plus a heads-up display. On this 12.3-inch cluster is also for the infotainment screen, so that the driver, it's at their line of sight, so he can see or she can see all their information they need while they're driving.
You also added Hyundai Pay. What is that?
Yes. There's this nexus between auto, payments, eventually EV charging, and actually energy bundling. And when that comes together, you sort of want a foundational technology in the vehicle that understands securely how to protect your credit card, but also allows you to pay for things as you need to be. So we've started it out in Tucson, and you can pay for parking and you can pay for fueling. So it's the beginning of that process.
Okay, and part of that technology is being able to use your phone now for entry, right?
Right. The way it was set up before, you bring your phone out and you hold it near the handle to get in the vehicle. But sometimes you have it in your purse, sometimes you want to keep it in your pocket. So what we wanted to make for you is that you just walk up to the car. If it's in your pocket, if it's in your purse, you just get it in the car. And it's to make technology that's not for tech's sake, but for your convenience sake.
My wife will love that because she loses her keys 3 to 4 times daily.
Yes, and if she did lose your key, you can remotely send the key to someone else with an iPhone so that they can get in the car.
Olabisi, you also have the Santa Cruz XRT model.
There are people that love our Santa Cruz, but what we wanted to offer to them is give them a front that is more planted, with a wider bumper, with the DRLs a little bit wider, and it gives that look that people associate with a pickup truck, but we also think it's going to take it to the next level. It's got tow hooks now, it's got more capability so that you're able to use it as a truck the way you want to.
All right, there you go. The all-new Tucson and the Santa Cruz XRT from Hyundai. They're happy with their hardware, that's for sure.
One thing great about an auto show is giving consumers a chance to not only get to sit in cars on the show floor, but their experiences like this out in the parking lot. And this is the Ford Bronco display where consumers are getting a chance to take the Bronco in an off-road terrain environment. But we're gonna take you guys, and we're gonna do this to the next level. We're gonna actually put on these glasses that have video cameras in it, and we're gonna give you guys the experience of a lifetime. This is what it feels like to get inside the vehicle. This is the first part of the off-road course, and what is this meant to do?
This is meant to show people what these things can do while rock crawling, to see what it feels like to have your suspension connected, and then what it feels like to use your stay bar disconnect, and what that feels like when that tire drops down, you can get a little more traction. This is the first and only vehicle on the market we can now disconnect under load, flexed out while rolling, does not matter.
All right, so we're at the base of what would be a mountain range. Yolo's going to take us up on this. We are literally going straight up the side of what would be a mountainside.
Yep, it's a mountain. I like to turn on our rear locker. It's conveniently located right here within arm's reach. And what that does is make sure it engages both tires so they're going to turn at the same time so we don't get any wheel slippage as we climb up. As we make it to the top, I can just turn that locker off. We don't need it anymore on the descent.
So right now, we're giving consumers a chance to see what it's like to go downhill. Let's make our way downhill, Yolo, and tell me what we're experiencing.
You got it.
Woo! You did that on purpose. You wanted to let it rip.
I like to stop at the top like that because it lets the brakes load up a little bit and it just kind of releases us down. Gives us a good chance to see the camera angle and to see what you can actually see down below, because typically you go up a mountain like that, you can't see anything on the other side.
What's great about this experience is the fact that it really gives consumers a chance to truly feel what it's like to off-road. If you're interested in Bronco off-rodeo, it's not just here at the New York Auto Show. If you actually go online, you can actually find Bronco off-rodeo locations all around the country.
As we rapidly advance to new cars of the future, we're getting advanced technology and safety features. But what should you demand in every new car that you buy? I went outside the Javits Center to take a look at a few vehicles that have those features. First on the list is wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Distracted driving is a leading cause of road accidents. It causes actually over 3,500 deaths a year in the United States, and wireless connectivity reduces the need to fiddle with your device, cutting down on distractions. Adaptive cruise control is another game changer. It's not just about convenience on long highway drives, it's about maintaining a safe distance from the car ahead, automatically adjusting your speed as traffic conditions change. Blind spot detection can be a lifesaver. The technology alerts you if there's a vehicle in your blind spot during a lane change. It's technology like these that transform a simple drive into a safe journey. And let's not forget about forward collision warning and automatic emergency braking. These systems work together to prevent accidents before they happen, potentially saving you from a hefty insurance claim. Backup cameras have become standard, but opting for a bird's eye view can give you unparalleled visibility. Now, this Mercedes-Benz GLS combines both sonar and surround view monitoring. It makes navigation into tight spots like cutting butter with a hot knife. Now, things like traction control are essential, and airbag systems, including wraparound airbags, are fundamental safety features that should never be compromised. Lastly, don't overlook the importance of fast charging USB ports in every single row. They should be placed perfectly throughout the cabin. This Lexus TX has some of the best chargers, and they are all placed in every single row, ensuring every passenger keeps their devices charged. And back here at the Javits Center, remember, the right car with the right features can make all the difference when you're shopping. And remember to shop wisely and drive safely.
Coming up, Honda takes you into its electric future, and we take our own deep dive into how electrics might work in your future. It's all coming to you as Fox Sports brings you the New York Auto Show. And welcome back. Well, Honda, they're introducing their first all-electric car. It's an SUV. It's midsize, actually. It's called the Prologue. Here to tell us more about it, Kyle Campbell from Honda.
It's our first all-electric SUV from Honda. It was developed by our engineer teams in LA, Ohio, Detroit, and Japan. Right here we have the Prologue Elite, top trim for the Prologue, dual motor, all-wheel drive setup, making 288 horsepower and 333 foot-pounds of torque. From an EV perspective, Prologue will offer a competitive range. It will give customers up to 296 miles of range, depending on the trim and drivetrain that they select. And with DC fast charging, they can get back up to 65 miles of range within the first 10 minutes.
For Honda, it's always been a value proposition as well. Are you able to offer value with your Prologue?
We have a lot of tech packed into especially the Elite trim. Inside you got 22 inches worth of screens. You got a digital instrument cluster and an 11.3 inch color touchscreen. Customers can customize the two screens, send stuff from the center screen to the digital instrument cluster. We've also kept wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is a very sought after feature.
For Honda, they were not first to the game in electric by any means. What did they learn that they wanted to have in the Prologue?
We know a lot of customers are really hesitant with the move to EV, so we want to make sure that one, we can offer them an EV with competitive range, but then also offer our charging bundles to help make that transition easier and continue to educate our customers as well.
Recently, Honda also showed the Saloon and Space Up concepts. These are for the Zero series.
Those were concepts that our mother company from Japan brought over to kind of tease what we're looking at. We know the industry's moving in the EV direction, but we're always continuing to look to push that boundary of what we can offer in the future, and that's what those design concepts were showing.
For more on the transition to EVs, here's Nick.
In a world where the roar of the gas engine is being slowly replaced by the quiet hum of an electric motor, the transportation world is undergoing significant changes. AutoPacific surveyed a massive 7,200 potential EV buyers. This survey offers important data on how shoppers view electric vehicles and charging stations. The intent to purchase EVs has accelerated from 11% in 2022 to 17% in 2023. This surge reflects a growing readiness amongst drivers to embrace electric mobility, with a full 58% of respondents indicating they'd consider an EV for their next vehicle. But it's not just the cars that are changing everything, it's the infrastructure that supports it. According to AutoPacific Survey, future EV owners have a detailed wish list for public charging stations, seeking comforts and conveniences that echo the traditional gas station experience. For example, future EV buyers desire clear signage indicating charging speeds and prices, just like gas stations. They want amenities like bathrooms, convenience stores, windshield cleaners, air pumps for tires, and even vacuums. After all, the charge time is typically longer than a gas station visit. AutoPacific's study is really a modern take on the full-service station, reimagined for the electric era. This survey isn't just a glimpse of what EV owners want, it's a roadmap to the automotive industry. So what does it all mean for the future of driving? As EV purchase intentions rev up, the message is clear. The transition to electric vehicles is not just about offering a true alternative to gas-powered cars, it's part of the technological revolution reimagining the entire driving experience, including autonomous, which fits perfectly into the EV dream. Now, given this AutoPacific survey, it'll be interesting to see how automakers and charging stations adapt to the information.
What's great about data from companies like AutoPacific is it provides a roadmap for where we're going to go in the future as far as electric vehicles go. And the main part of their survey is all around the infrastructure. So what better company to talk to about the future of electrification and the infrastructure than Electrify America?
Our mission is basically to drive electric vehicle adoption. And one of the things we found as a barrier to entry is fast charging to get you where you want to go anywhere in the country, just like you do in a gas-powered car today. So we went out to solve the problem by bringing ultra-fast and hyper-fast charging in 10 minutes or 20 minutes, very similar to how you fuel up your gas-powered vehicle. And so we've been deploying this infrastructure across the United States to give consumers that confidence that they can drive electric. We wanted to elevate the experience, and so we built a large indoor facility with over 20 charging stalls, each capable of 350 kilowatt charging, again, that fast experience, but also brought amenities into the location. You don't have to sit in your car and charge. You can go into this lounge, you can get a drink, you can just hang out for the 10 to 20 minutes you're there, use the restroom, get back in your car and go. The other thing it solves is it brings fast charging to the metro market. So you think about people who buy electric cars today, oh, you have to have a single family home, you have to have a garage, so you can charge overnight. But what about everybody that lives in apartments? So bringing these fast charging stations into an environment like downtown San Francisco allows apartment dwellers who don't have access to overnight charging able to drive electric and use these types of facilities.
Everything good, bad, or indifferent is being equated and compared to gas vehicles. So what does pricing look like in the electric vehicle segment?
Obviously going from gallons to kilowatt hours. There's a different metric to kind of learn and understand. So there's a lot of customer education that has to go into pricing for people to understand what am I paying versus gasoline. Today, when you go to our stations, you're roughly at the gas equivalent, if not cheaper. And it's really dependent on the utility from which we're getting power from and delivering to customers at the end of the day. And then we've worked with great institutions like the New York Power Authority, who are very like-minded, who wanted to make the same kind of investment in the state of New York. And so we saw a great opportunity to partner together to leverage our scale and help them achieve their goals. And we'll reach to a point, as I think, till we get to the end of the decade, where consumers aren't even thinking about where am I going to charge my car. They're just looking at all the features and models and specs of that electric vehicle that they want to get into.
In my mind, green means go fast, but in the case of our interview with Robert Barossa with Electrify America, this green represents green power. And for the future of the electric vehicle market, it's going to be bright.
Coming up, Nik sports a $2.2 million sports car, and the promise of flying taxis is right around the corner. Are you ready? Plus, we wrap up this year's show. It's all coming to you as Fox Sports brings you the New York Auto Show. And welcome back. Well, we are in Manhattan. We're getting in and out of this town can certainly be a challenge, but we may have an answer in the not too distant future. Take a look at this. It's the Supernal SA2 flying taxi. The SA2, designed for 4 passengers and a pilot, cruises at 120 miles per hour at 1,500 feet. It's perfect for 25 to 40 mile city trips. Remarkably, it's as quiet as a dishwasher during takeoff and landing. And safety is paramount with redundant systems and high-quality aviation-grade components. Set for a 2028 market debut, this Hyundai brainchild integrates seamlessly with urban transport, utilizing a groundbreaking vertiport concept with its own ground control. And I'm joined by Ariel Coro, our tech expert, to talk about the Supernal flying taxi and flying cars. Ariel, it seems like the technology is there, but the batteries and infrastructure, well, they have a ways to go, right?
They absolutely do, but they're making them interchangeable, they're making them interoperable and upgradable, meaning that they're ready for the future. The platform for the VTOL vehicle is definitely there. It's a question of, are we going to have better batteries that are going to give you a longer range and easier charging capabilities, and are we going to have the infrastructure to really fly them in and out of pretty much everywhere?
Okay, safety, of course, is paramount for everybody who has any interest in going up in the air.
What you're going to find in the next few years is that you're going to see artificial intelligence being incorporated into the technology to make it easier for pilots. The sensor technology has advanced incredibly, meaning that these vehicles really know what's going on around them. And of course, computing power has gone to the point that this vehicle can actually make a lot of decisions for the pilot.
Is there anything close to reality with a flying car?
The flying cars are a reality, meaning that they're flying today. The problem is the infrastructure, the regulation, and of course the price. But at the end, you're gonna find if they feel a need and they can actually get it done for the right price, they're gonna be replacing the helicopters for short transport. And you see cities like Miami, where I live, vertiports already being designed and built into the new generation of buildings in downtown. So it's a matter of time before these types of vehicles are gonna be flying overhead and creating a whole new set of issues.
All right, Ariel, thanks so much. I can't wait to see what's in store. Now for something closer to the ground, check this out.
If you have an extra $2.2 million hanging around, it's the brand new Rimac Naara. Now this vehicle, very cool. It's a hypercar, all electric, top speed of 256 miles an hour, the quickest production vehicle and the fastest electric vehicle in the world. 25 world performance records and only 150 of them will be built. So there's one thing I have to say to you, and you have to remember, test driving and dreaming, still free in America.
All right, Nik, hold your horses for just a second. I know, I get it. The Rimac is an amazing electric vehicle with an incredible 1.70 to 60, but why not look at a Corvette? This right here is the Stingray, and it's got a 0 to 60 of 2.9 seconds, and for the cost of your $2.2 million Rimac, I can buy 25 of these if I want to up my game and go with the Z06, which is the 5.5 liter naturally aspirated Corvette. Then I'll be looking at a 0 to 60 of 2.6 seconds. And I can buy 14 of those. So then that leaves me with this. the new Corvette E-Ray. I just want to start with the exterior design. It is stunning. It costs about $130,000, and it is a pure hybrid vehicle. So how many of these can I buy for that $2.2 million? Sitting at about 18 vehicles. I could have 18 of these in my garage, or I could have your Rimac. I'll take the Z06, baby.
And I'm joined by Nick and Mike. All right, guys, after the COVID years, I'm so happy to be back at the show. Lots of great cars to talk about. Let's hit the Ford Explorer.
Yeah, you know what? This is a great story. When you look at the 2025 Ford Explorer, what's unique is that the exterior design has remained almost the same as the previous version, and that's actually by design. So Ford had a consumer focus group, and all of those consumers said, we love the exterior design, but the interior needs to change. So they redesigned the entire interior from the ground up with a 12.3-inch touchscreen. They've got Blue Cruise for the first time in the Explorer, which is their semi-autonomous driving. I think they've hit it out of the park, and I think consumers are going to buy it.
I agree. And there's a car behind me right here, the Nissan Kicks. It's a lot bigger than the old Kicks. This car is going to do very well for Nissan. I think they've really hit the mark well and offers a great point for people who have new families and some of the younger folks who want to go to skiing and do other sports and things. Nick, Toyota Land Cruiser, what do you think?
You know, Land Cruisers took a short hiatus and they brought it back, and it has everything, the durability. The Land Cruiser was creeping up into the $90,000 range. Toyota turned around and said, people don't want to pay that much for a vehicle they're going to go beat up off-road. So they brought it down into the 50s, makes a lot of sense, and it has the original Land Cruiser DNA, which is this rough, rugged, very capable vehicle.
Subaru Forester, I took a look at that. It's their 6th generation. They have a nice big screen, of course, on the inside. What I think is great about the Forester, this car is a gas-powered car, but it's going to come out with a hybrid. That'll be in about a year. Let's talk about the Tacoma hybrid.
This is the truck that's dominated that segment for multiple years. Now they're putting a hybrid engine in it, they're giving it more capability, they're actually doing a new trim level at the top end. It has 7% more bed space. Now you say that, well, is that much? But yes, it is. When you're already number one, going a little further than number one is what Toyota wanted to do. They've done it.
You know, Subaru also showed their Solterra. It's not a mid-model update, yet they updated the car. That's not done very often, but they wanted to give it more range. But Nick, we've talked about this. The electrics, they're having some trouble right now.
Though the numbers of people buying electrics are growing, the percentage isn't growing as fast as everybody expected it to. There's a leaked document from the inside of Toyota that shows for every electric car they build, the same minerals could go into 90 hybrids. And those 90 hybrids actually bring down emissions more than one electric vehicle.
As I've always said, I like the idea of not having a ton of explosions under the hood, but getting there, getting the batteries up to speed, this is an issue.
You know, I think interviewing the president of Electrify America really helped me understand what the technology means as it relates to the grid, infrastructure, and the car itself. So if you're a consumer in the market that's concerned about charging time, you're concerned about range, do the research on the car itself. Don't necessarily study what the infrastructure can support.
Okay, well, there you go. The Hyundai Tucson, this car, it's their best-selling car now. And of course, they came out with the ICE, the hybrid, and the plug-in hybrid. They have it so you can use your phone as your key, and you can send that key to a friend.
The technology is going so far. It's not just having to tap your phone against the car anymore. We're not making massive leaps forward. We're making small steps, but they're happening every day.
And I know I want to finish with this one because I think it's a great product, the Lexus GX.
You know, holy smokes, right? When we think of Lexus, we think of opulence, we think of luxury. What's really unique about the new GX550, the Overtrail Plus, is that it's all about overlanding. They went with a 3.4-liter twin-turbocharged V6. It's pushing out great horsepower, but the interior is so refined, beautiful touchscreen on the inside, a lot of great aesthetic things that you would expect from Lexus. They're giving you with that, but then you stand outside and you're like, wait, whoa, I'm gonna go off-roading in that.
For Mike Caudill, Nik Miles, I'm Tore Dietrich. For our entire Fox Sports Auto Show crew, thanks for joining us. We'll see you on the road.